to the Health First Show. I'm your host, Terry Thomas, the health motivator at healthfirstnation.com. Because of this epidemic, people, I have decided to use my Health First Show platform to virtually go into the homes of Americans all across the nation to see how they are dealing with this quarantine. Today, I got two awesome people on standby, ready to share with you what they got going on. And this first lady I'm bringing up, she go back years. I don't know how many years we go back, but when I was doing my Overflow magazine, she wrote a phenomenal article. And since then, I had a chance to follow her in her singing. Her voice is beautiful. She is a motivator. She has a ministries rolling. And I'm about to go ahead and bring in my girl, Charnel Jones. Are you there?
I am here.
How are you doing? It's so good. I'm so happy to have you on my show. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I'm doing well. We're doing well. Good to see you doing great. I'm loving the show. I'm loving everything that you're doing. You're blessing people.
Oh, thank you. Because my whole goal to this is to be in the most triumphant time. I said that right. That we possibly could be in on this planet. Yes. And I've been blessed to have the opportunity to have a health first show because as we know, our immune system is very important right now in giving your body a chance to maneuver through this. How have you been dealing with the news? I know when it first hit you, because life was normal. Then all of a sudden we heard, oh my God, Corona's coming from China. How did you receive that news? Did you take it right away or did it take you a minute? And how did you receive it?
Wow. Well, you're right. This is a remarkable time that we're actually in. When I first heard the news, it actually grabbed my attention. I was watching the news. When I first started hearing about what was happening overseas, this is not the first time that we've heard of viruses breaking out in the East. Exactly. And it almost came close and it would stop. And so this time I watched it and it started getting closer and closer. Mm-hmm. And I am a woman of prayer. I believe in prayer. So I believe it was around February. Yes. I could hear that this was a time, I don't want to get it to thrown up, but I could hear that this was a time to prepare for something coming from the East. Okay. Yes. And so I went into prayer. Then I was watching the news, and I actually am one of the people where I watch the news for information. Come on. To guide how I need to prepare, guide for my family, knowledge, guide for prayer study. Yes. And I use it actually for information to see, okay, how do we need to move? I don't like to look at it as something to scare me or to throw me off. I like to know what is the information that is given from the city, from the government, from the medical field. And I use that to guide, okay, how do we need to prepare for food? How do we need to prepare for rest?
So what things have you done specifically that you said, I'm preparing? What are you doing that's in the form of preparation during this time? What things specifically? I know a lot of people out here buying tissue. I know people trying to get resources and people are trying to stock up like me. I'm trying to stock up just in case they want to go on a 2-week shutdown. What things are you doing for preparation to make sure your family is in the right position just in case we have to go through a harder time?
Oh, that is great. I love that. Actually, I'm going to be honest. I'm one of the people, I was so relieved when my job said don't come back, which I'm a school teacher. We were going into spring break. When they said don't come back, when my husband's job said go off, when my children were in school and they went online, I was glad because I felt like we were running too much. I felt like before all of this happened, it was Pharaoh's system, if you will. Everybody was working. No one had time to connect with each other. It was just too much. So I'm one of the people, I embrace this time where my children and I, my husband and I, where we get to actually spend time with the four of us, because it's four of us.
See what happens? We come together. And I've been telling people for so long, like, I know I'm hurt for every one death because that can be me. That can be my mama. I'm hurt, but at the same time, there's a beautiful flower that's happening to the people.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful to hear you say that because Now we can see from your story that people, I know people say they got a lot of problems going on at home right now, and there's a lot of domestic issues. But if you're having domestic issues, I would encourage everybody to quit looking at the problem and try to get loving each other, because that's what's going to kill that domestic issue. Okay.
Yes, and domestically, yeah, it was tough because for a lot of people, they've never had to really deal with who they really were because they get to be busy. But now that all of that is out of the way, now
everything's gone. Not work, your clubs, all your leisure entertainments, your sporting events, all the networks, people not recording new shows all weekend, just reruns. So now it's like you said, God has a way of forcing us to look at what he wanted you to see. And that first was loving yourself. Because now we have to check ourselves. We can't blame no doctor. We can't blame the pastor for not praying for us. We can't blame nobody, but seek ye first the kingdom of God, which is inside of you.
Awesome.
But I'm going to leave it right there. So I heard you say you was a teacher.
Yes.
And I noticed with my kids, learning how these teachers have to go on Zoom now. And I know for a lot of teachers, no one's understanding what you guys are going through and going from a classroom to now you being employed to go on Zoom and work with the parents. It's just a whole different atmosphere. How are you coping as a teacher in your quarantine time?
I'm having to be very patient because I actually now I have not just me, but my whole team. We're actually sympathizing with parents.
Okay.
I saw some comments online, people saying, no, people have to see what teachers have to go through. I didn't quite see it like that because our setup is different.
Yes.
I'm actually sympathizing with parents because, to be honest with you, instead of education kind of staying with the technology that we had, we came up with new things. And it's like we're telling parents, download this app, download that app, and you have this device, and you have that student going. So we're actually I really thank the Lord for our principal. She was like, you know what, y'all, let's be very patient. This is very different. Let's be a help to them.
Yes.
Be available online. Don't just email them instructions. Say, hey, to the parents, hey, can you get on this Zoom real fast and let me walk you through and let me show you how to do this, because some of the things we're learning ourselves.
Yes.
My children are older. My daughter's in college, my son's in high school. Okay, I don't have to walk them through. But for elementary, middle school, intermediate, this could be a big challenge. Your parents are trying to figure out how we're gonna eat. Where's the money coming from? Some parents are laid off. Some parents are actually sick, with the disease themselves. So their houses are completely changing. Yeah. So I'm trying, my thing is be very patient with the parents. I mean, it's frustrating for I would say the frustration that I have as a teacher, just making sure that I'm adequate enough, for this. Let me throw this in, Terry, if I can throw this in to you and your viewers. Let me say this. I'm really, really thankful for preparation. Like you had an online show. You were already talking to people about fitness. And I know a lot of us, in my generation, don't think we need social media that much, or don't think we need the technology that much. Our school district had actually created in-school online learning. So they had actually had a program. This was our third year for in-school online learning. We had no idea that we were getting ready to make it district-wide. So having that already in place, the district was already saying, we want y'all to get on Zoom. We want y'all to do Google Classroom. They were already telling us to do these things. I would say never be afraid for what God may be leading you to do, because you don't know. You may be preparing for the next round of whatever is to come. So you have this show, you were always in your kitchen, like, drink this. And it was really preparing us for how to drink, for how to drink at home, how to make smoothies at home. You were showing us how to use things in our kitchen for how to cook healthy. We didn't even know that you were getting to this.
That was one of my affirmations, is preparing for your future. We so much use our momentarily now moment for things that don't matter. I use my moments that I've been given life to prepare for my future. That doesn't mean I'm not enjoying now, because I'm doing what I love right now.
Wow.
But this show is the preparation, not for this moment. This show is going to mean something later. But we have to do the work now. So, and in saying that, I want to keep it moving because I ain't going to keep you long. This is a big question for me. And because I know how we were as people with dapping up. Hey, baby, I love you. Sitting next to a stranger and they bump your leg and you don't feel nothing. This coronavirus has consciously, I think, shifted the mindset of every person on this planet on how we see each other to the point it's turning in almost into a racial thing. If you got the corona, I don't want to be near you. It's look like if you don't got on a mask, something wrong with you. Why you don't got people looking at you funny, rolling their eyes to the people that don't got on masks? We've seen how it's conforming. Now, it's been some time since we had it. How have you adjusted yourself to this social distancing and cleanliness when we go out and touch and stuff? How have you psychologically been coping with that and preparing your family to be able to deal with that?
It's tough for me because I am a sociable person. I talk to strangers, I meet people for the first time. I reach out and hug them. That's a challenge for me. But one of the things that I noticed, and I'm really grateful for, I was reading in the book of Mark when Jesus touched a leper. Okay, so social distancing is not a new concept for people who are sick or ill. In our Western culture, this is a little bit unusual to be on such a grand scale. But I was looking at how when Jesus had touched a leper, you're not supposed to touch them. They're not even supposed to be around. You're not supposed to. And so it caused me to say, Lord, how can I touch people's lives without touching them? In the spiritual aspect. In the natural aspect, honey, we are staying home. You better mask up if you leave. I'm just being real. We are gloving it up. If I go to a store and if I see a lot of people in there and the management is not setting up social distancing, I pull myself out. I tell my family, no, if we have to go to a grocery store, there are too many people, we pull out.
Come on, it's not worth it.
We pull out. I'm just gonna go there. I'm not trying to even at church, if somebody says, "Oh, could you come?" It's just gonna be a small number of people. Honey, this is a time we need to be still.
Yes.
We don't have all the information for what this is. If they call for you to be still, be still. I am in my house. We do wipe down. We do what they know. They don't know a whole lot. I heard a doctor from Wake Forest University say, we don't have a COVID-19 book to go to. We don't know what we're dealing with. We're comparing notes. So as the information is shared, I try to share it. As far as looking at people and doing like that, I'm going to be honest with you. This is an outward manifestation of what people have always done. I've always noticed that people have always looked at people and made judgment or thing. This is just an outward manifestation. If you wear makeup all the time, people always say, "Oh, you think you're all that? Why do you wear makeup? Blah, 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 blah." If you don't wear makeup, what's wrong with her? People always make. If you work out, you're healthy and you're trying to be fit, you're exercising, people come up against you and say, "Oh, I feel inadequate. You work out all the time or you look great." We always do that. And all this is done. It's just caused us to really manifest what we really have been doing on the inside, causing us to take another look at what we really, really think about ourselves and other people.
So, and in saying that, that was a good message. And I hope everybody that's listening hear what she just said, because this is a redefiance time. And until you decide to look at yourself, this whole thing gonna make you afraid. It's gonna make you roll up and run in the corner. And that's not what kind of people we are. Right. But in saying that, gotta wrap it up. I thank you for being on my show. I am so grateful. I think what you just said is about to change people's life. And before I go, please let people know how they can get in touch with you, because I think after they hear what you got to say, they're going to want to follow you. So how can people get in touch with you?
Well, I hope they do. I am Charnel Jones on Facebook. And I do have a prayer ministry of just building up and encouraging people's daily lives. That's Prayer Ministry Action. It's a group on social media. And I'm also on Instagram, Charnel RJ. Yes.
Well, I thank you. Please stay on to the end. I do want to bring you back for a final 3 words. But thank you for being on the show, and I'll see you in a moment.
Honored. Thank y'all.
All right. So, people, I am actually doing the switch now. Bear with me. I will be editing over that. So that was Charnel. She was so awesome. People, please go follow her and see what she has to say because she's so inspirational in so many ways. Let's keep this ball rolling. This next lady that I'm bringing on, I just have to be honest. I saw her on Instagram. And when I went to her page, I saw her movement. I saw the agency, Glam Agency, she's a CEO of. I saw the headliner people she's working with. And people say, oh, that's cool, but that's not what's spectacular about, not with her business. It's about her as an individual, how she inspires people. And I saw this just in her Instagram page, and I said, oh my God, I have to reach out to her. And I'm so grateful because she did come back. She is an awesome woman. I'm about to bring her in right now. Her name is Melissa Hibbert. Are you there?
I am here. Hi, how are you?
I am doing awesome. Oh my God, I want to thank you for being on my show. Actually, it's an honor because of your accomplishments that you're on my show. And I know you have some very special to share with people in this tough time. But before we get into it, tell the people a little bit about you so they can know who you are.
Okay, thank you for having me. This is a great show, and what you're doing for everyone is timely and spectacular. So congratulations to you. So my name is Melissa Hibbert. I am a beauty expert and entrepreneur. I work in film and television here in Hollywood. I'm also an author and the CEO of my company, The Glam Agency. My job primarily is to work with people directly, touching them and being in front of the helping them to be in front of the camera and on red carpets, looking and feeling their best.
Yeah.
Also, with my public speaking and with my book, it helps to also inspire from the inside out. So I have like a duality with my brand where, I work on the surface, but I also work, help to inspire on the inside, from beauty from the inside out.
Yes, yes. And see, this is what I'm talking about, people. She's an awesome person. And that's why I wanted you on the show, because we're in a very, very, very bad time on this planet. And you working in Hollywood, you being at a high space movement that a lot of other people don't even realize is going on on that level. How are you now coping with being on what they call quarantine, but I like to say we locked down and stripped away from the things that consume so much time? Yeah. Now we're locked down. How are you now dealing with that?
It was an adjustment. The nature of Hollywood is fast paced, lights, camera, action, right? The lights are out, literally. And so it was an adjustment to realize, wow, okay, I'm not going to be on set tomorrow, and life is different. Yeah. But at the same time, honestly, as your guest prior was saying, it has been a blessing because I have a 2-year-old, and it's for me to be present with her is priceless. Yeah. Now, granted, my life with her was very, very balanced while I was working. But at the same time, I was up early and came home late many nights. And so I value this time to be able to just spend with her. Professionally, I have, learned to pivot. I was actually pivoting prior to all of this happening, meaning I was finding other ways to be of value to, women and people in general without touching them, without having to touch their face or their hair. And so that was already a path and a journey that I was on. And I guess God was already preparing me for that, and so I find that this is just an opportunity for me to really understand, to bring out my other gifts, right? That are going to make room for me. So I have been saying this. If you see my social media, I am focused on the bright side of things. I know and I recognize people are dying. I know and I recognize people are really sick, and there's a lot, and people are suffering, and there's a lot going on. But I think we also can hold a place for that and hold a space to inspire others as well during this very tough time.
And saying that, like you said, a lot of people are suffering, and we all are going through something, especially with people with high-driven careers. How are you adjusting your career now to try to, balance with us being locked down? How are you adjusting your career? Because I know a lot of people right now are on hourly jobs. That's hard. A lot of people were independent, and so they're not getting traffic anymore. How have you taking that adjustment and trying to stabilize yourself during this hard time?
Well, so what I've done is that's what I mentioned earlier when I said I pivoted my business. So what I have done is really started to work, directly with brands. A lot of consumers right now, particularly women, and I work primarily with women in the beauty industry in general. Those are the number one consumers. So with women being home and quarantined and shut in, they're still spending online. They're still shopping. That's part of the reason why Amazon and a lot of this delivery services are so overwhelmed, because people are still shopping. The number one category that women are shopping for is beauty, because they're looking for hair color and nail polish and things that they can continue to groom and help themselves with self-care. So what I've done with my business, I've been working with the retailers. So I've come in and I've said, as a expert who works with consumers, I can add value to you as a retailer by highlighting all of the benefits that you have to offer, highlighting your products, highlighting the fact that you have an array of products and items that will help to make them feel better and comfortable at home. So I've kind of pivoted to the brand side. I have a 14-year corporate marketing background. So I left corporate America to start my beauty business. And so I found a unique way to sort of bring over that business knowledge into the beauty industry, and it's really been amazing, and it's working.
That's really good, because you set yourself up in a time to where you are now being successful, and that's what Charnel was saying is preparation. You really prepared yourself, and instead of prepared yourself, social distancing is. I love this topic on social distancing because I am a social person. I talk to everybody that I see. You're not going to be in my presence and I don't say hello. And so for me now, having this little weird thing in my brain, because I've been, I guess, affected by the thought of me getting and bringing to my two boys. When I go out, I'm very careful. I'm doing things I've never done before, with spraying my hands down, the constant wiping. Have you noticed yourself being affected by social distancing?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like you, I'm a very social person. I love to be out. I love to mix and mingle with people. I would consider myself, quote unquote, a hugger. So, there's that. But I am very, very, I caught myself yesterday realizing how many hand wipes were in the little compartment of my car, because as soon as I get in my car, I wipe my hands down. First thing I do is wipe my hands down. And then I spray the hand sanitizer. So I'm like double doing, so I'm,
ain't no wrong with that.
So I'm realizing I'm like really hyper conscious, of that. I spray down my mask as soon as I get into my car. And that has been definitely an adjustment to realize how much, I don't think we necessarily took it for granted, because, who knows what we were exposed to prior to this. But I think just the idea of wow, there is the sanitation, but then not to be able to connect with people, not to be able to go to events, my daughter and I, we love to go to the park. We love to go to the beach. The beach is our number one destination. And I love to do brunch with my girls. So there's like lifestyle things that I miss, I really do. And then more importantly than all of that, I miss seeing my parents. They're not here in LA, and right now we can't travel to either see so missing out on family is very, very, I think that's one of the biggest challenges of the whole social distancing.
And before I let you go, so I'm not going to keep you long, so I know we got busy lives, and this is the last question I want to have for you. And what sparked is when you said parents. Is it your family good? Is anybody contracted the virus, or is it, for me, my father has. He's in Detroit, but he's now doing so much better. I'm so grateful he's back on his feet. But have your immediate family, has everybody been okay?
Yeah, my immediate family, no one has been sick. But we are old school Jamaican people as well, right? So we focus on hot teas and turmeric and ginger and all the things that we drink that anyway. And so we have I think we just preventatively been supporting each other on what we're consuming, making sure that we're steaming, keeping heat. We are doing neti pots. I remind my mom every day, did you do your neti pot? And when my dad comes home from work, I'll call him and say, did you take a shower and did you steam? You know, so we're just trying to stay ahead of things by supporting each other with good old school Jamaican remedies, and then also just knowledgeable about the things that we can consume in our body, and just for preventative measures.
That is so awesome. But, you know, we try to keep our thing in the time. And you being on the show, I want to thank you so much. And I think you're speaking out on your platform and letting people know how, because you said a lot of cool things, how you're dealing with your time. It's possible. Maximize your time. Love your family. Eat healthy. You comprised all that in there. I think it's going to be such a blessing. Before you get out of here, can you please leave your tags for people to be able to get in touch with you, see your products, get your book? How can people get in touch with you?
Everything is at Melissa Hibbert. Simple.
There it is. Melissa Hibbert. I want to make sure we got the tag down there and everything's going to be up there for people to get in touch with you. But before you go, I'm about to bring back in Charnel. Are you there, Charnel? She should be coming in right now. Charnel, you there? Can you turn your volume? Turn your volume on. I can't hear you. Your volume is muted. I can unmute her. Hold on. I'm unmuting. Can you hear me, Charnel?
I can hear you fine. I can hear you.
Okay, Thales, I want to thank you all for being on the show. You two were so awesome in what you share with people. But before I let you go, I want you to, we'll start off with you, Charnel, just to give about 3 or 4 words on encouragement during this time to the people.
Take a deep breath, stay prayerful, you're gonna make it through.
Come on, thank you, that was good. All right, Melissa, in a few words, what do you have for the people to inspire them through this hard time?
You know what? Stay safe, follow the protocols, but give yourself time to just be still and appreciate being around the people that you love and how they're going to grow so much more from your stillness and your time and your peace and your love and your good energy in the home.
See thank you for that. And people hear what these ladies are saying. Even though you're going through a tough time, you're going to make it through. There's a rainbow on the other side, and everything you ever possibly wanted in life, if you can just be strong and hold through, you're going to be all right. So I want to thank you, ladies. And until next time, I love y'all and be safe out there, okay?
Love y'all. Thank you so
all
much.
Right. You too. Love y'all.
Bye-bye.
All right. People, thank you once again for watching another episode of the Health First Show. In this show, you have the opportunity to have learned so many things. Think about you, love your family, and be safe. And until next time, love somebody and love yourself. Let's go!